Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. So if you're new, hello, my name is Jade, and if you're a returning member, then welcome back. So today we're just going to do a really short daily stretch. So I'm going to take you through a few stretching exercises that you can do on a daily basis. So if you find that you're really struggling with tight muscles or achy backs or just going back to work and you need to move your body, then try this daily stretch, even if you do it a few times a week, and let me know how you get on. Okay, so let's start on the ground on all fours. Just going to come down onto our hands and knees. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Let's just rock those hips side to side. Let's try and release any tension through the body. So we're going to go quite simple and just get a really good stretch into our whole body today. Once you've started to rock those hips side to side, just circular movements. Start to take some circles, going around one way and then going the other way. And just see how your body is feeling. Have a lovely stretch into the back, into the wrists, and just give it a nice bit of movement just to wake yourself up, whether it's first thing in the morning or whether you've been at work all day. We just want to move the body. Holding it in center, let's take a cat and a cow. So rounding the spine, dropping the chin to the chest, curve the back, and then release, drop the tummy down and lift the head and the tailbone. So let's do that again. So push away from the floor, chin to chest, curve the back, and then release it down, tummy to the ground, and lift the eye line. One last time. So big range of movement, using the breath, working with the breath and the body. And then let's just come into neutral spine, so a long spine. Taking a little side bend. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Bring that left hip around, so you're just bending slightly, and you're getting a nice stretch through the neck. Let's take it the other way, right ear to right shoulder, bringing the right hip round, a little side bend there, and just releasing through the side body. Then let's come back to center, sink the bottom to your heels, reach your hands to the front of your mat, lower your forehead down, and just enjoy a child's pose. While we're here, just rolling the forehead on the ground. Let's release any tension in the neck, any stress. We don't want to have any tension, headaches. So just rolling the forehead on the ground. And then we'll slowly bring our hands in and roll yourself up onto your knees. If you can, just having the hands on the thighs. Going to lift the bottom. You're going to tuck the toes under. So I've tucked my toes under. Then I'm just going to try and sit the bottom back onto the heels. So we're going to stretch down to the front of the feet, into the toes, into the ankles. So we're just having a little stretch. I've got the knees on the floor, tucked the toes under, and I'm just trying to sit the bottom onto the heels. You might feel a stretch to the front of the thighs as well. Just try and release the shoulders down. Maybe while we're here, we'll take a few shoulder rolls at the same time. So take a deep breath in as you lift the shoulders up, and exhale as you bring them down the back. Okay, so just starting to release any tension through the shoulders as well, and then also taking that stretch into the front of the feet. Okay, let's bring the hands down in front of us, coming onto all fours. Uncurl your feet and just have a little tap. Just bring some love back into the toes and just see how those feet are feeling now. Okay, taking the hands forwards further, we're going to roll yourself down, bring yourself into a Sphinx posture. So elbows underneath the shoulders. Just lift the chest slightly. See if you can open through the front of the body and start to roll the neck. So just taking big circles through the head, dropping the chin towards the chest, going one way then the other, and just seeing if we can get a bit of a release through the neck, through the upper back, and the head and shoulders. Yeah, let it all go. Use that breath. Then let's hold in center, bringing the left heel towards your bottom, taking your left hand around, try and ease that leg in towards you. You're going to feel a great stretch through the front of your left thigh here. If you can, pushing away from the floor. If you find this posture is too much, bring your head down onto your right hand and ease the left heel in that way. So that's an option if you need to. If not, you can stay on the Sphinx on the right side, and it's just going to go a little deeper into that stretch. Let's release and change sides. So both forearms down. Let's take those neck circles just in between to make sure we're not creating any tension in the upper body. Big out breath as you circle the head round, and then reset yourself. Bring the right foot in, take the right arm round, and just try and ease that leg in. So stretching through the front of the thigh, the quad, up through the hip, into the front of the body, the hip flexor, and obviously you're opening out through the shoulder as well by having the elbow lifting up towards the ceiling. Let's release here. Bring yourself down, just push your hands close to your chest, coming back onto your knees, and then as we come back into child's pose, let's take our knees a little wider this time, release into the hips, reach the arms forwards and sink yourself back. So trying to allow the chest to just dip down, allow the bottom to sink back towards the heels, and the knees have gone slightly wider now, so we're opening out the hip joints. So we've done a little stretch for the body, so you should start to feel a little more mobile. Let's walk our hands back in, and we're going to flip ourselves over. So when you're ready, come on over, we're going to lay down onto our backs. So take your time, bring yourself down onto your back. When you get there, knees are bent, let's just rock those knees side to side. So if you carry a lot of tension in your lower back, if you've got tight muscles, you have muscle spasms in the lower back, really important to just stretch those out and let them just melt away. We don't want any pressure. We'll hold it in center when you're ready. Let's draw the right knee in towards the chest. So bring that right knee in close. You want to bring the thigh close towards the torso. Take a few ankle circles. Obviously our feet carry us around all day long, so sometimes they need a little bit of love too. Don't forget about your feet, your ankles. Just get some movement there. Then we're going to extend this right leg up to a hamstring stretch. So extend that leg up. I'm going to hold behind the back of the calf, but you can hold behind the back of the thigh if that feels better for you. If you've got a strap or a resistance band at home, you could use that. You could flip it around the leg and use that to pull yourself in. Or even just a towel or a jumper, flip it around the leg, hold on to it and ease it in towards you. Because it's really important we keep this leg straight, so you don't want to bend at the knee, and you want to feel a stretch down the back of the thigh all the way into the bottom and possibly into the lower back. So just use your breath here, really lengthen that leg. Try to keep the bottom down on the floor. A lot of people try and go bigger and lift, so you want to keep the hips down and just extend that leg. And then we'll bend that knee, pop the right ankle on top of the right thigh, and just ease the right knee away from you. See how that feels in your right hip joint, into the groin. So if you carry a lot of tension in your hips, there's a lot of emotional stress in the hips, so we want to just really push that leg away and release any tension that's left there. Now we'll go one step further. You can stay here, or you can pick up your left foot, flex it, take the hands behind the thigh and just ease those legs in towards you. So you're still thinking about pushing the right knee away, but you're just drawing the left thigh in towards you at the same time. So this is going to go deeper into the right hip joint, into the bottom, all around the lower back on the right side. And if you want to finish this posture, you can extend the left leg straight. So you're now going to have a hamstring stretch on this left leg as well. So right knee's turning away from you, left leg is straight. You can use a towel or a band if you need to, or you try and keep that leg as long as possible. So let's just use the breath. Take one last breath here if you can. And bend that left knee, pop it on the floor. Release the feet, let's take a window wiper. So just rock those legs side to side. And then also, just bring the feet together in center and just open those knees out. Let's release the hips, so make sure there's no tension in the hips left. So you want to let that go. So a lot of focus onto the legs this point. Let's bring it back to center and do the other side. So taking the left leg up, taking a hamstring stretch wherever feels comfortable for you. So if you can't come in this close, use some assistance, use a band, use a towel, and go to where feels good for you. But if you do this daily stretch like 3 times a week, then it's going to really benefit you, and you might start to find that this hamstring stretch gets a lot easier. Okay, if you feel quite tight here, it's not just going to go away overnight. You really need to focus on stretching continuously, daily, and getting a lot of movement back into that leg, into that muscle. So one last breath here. And then we'll bend that knee, pop the ankle on top of the thigh, just turn that hip away from you. So pushing the left knee away, opening out through that hip joint, using the breath. Try and keep the shoulder blades down on the ground if you can, and don't have any tension around the neck or the head. Make sure that's free from any tension. And then the progression is lift the right foot off the floor, take hold through the right thigh, and just ease those legs in towards you. So your left butt cheek is going yowzer. So if you're tight around the bottom, the hip, this is going to affect your lower back as well. So you really want to take time to stretch that out. Short daily stretch, just to make sure our legs feel loose and they don't feel really heavy and tight, because that's not a good vibe. Option is to extend the right leg up, take a little hamstring stretch, just to go a little deeper into this posture. But I'm just the guidance. You do whatever feels right for you today, however your body is feeling. So we'll just take one last breath, and then we'll bend the knee, pop the feet down on the floor again, just really soft, however feels comfortable. Bring yourself onto your sides, and then slowly bring yourself up to seated, okay? So I'm gonna take my legs straight out in front of me. If you would rather sit with bent legs, or you'd rather sit cross-legged, or even want to sit on a chair, that's absolutely fine. We're just going to go for a little bit for upper body now, okay? So we're going to take the arms all the way up to the ceiling. So take a big stretch out of the hips, lift the chest. Then we're going to bring the right hand down in front of you. I'm mirroring you, so right hand down, left elbow on top. Pop the backs of your hands together, and just take the elbows up a little higher. Try and drop the shoulders down the back. This is eagle arms. So this is a great stretch for your shoulders, for your upper back. So try and lift the elbows, get the hands away from the face. Make sure the hands aren't touching the face. Think about a long spine. Taking one last breath. And then release it off. Great work. Just take a little rotational twist, side to side. And then we'll just do the other side. So take a big stretch up, lengthen your spine, stretch your body. Bring the left hand down in front, right elbow goes on top of left, backs of the hands come together. You take the elbows up, the hands away from the face, and really open out the back body. So if you're back at work, sitting at a desk or holding a pen all the time, this is a lovely stretch to do, just to release any pressure through the upper body. You just want to really stretch the shoulders, the neck, the upper back. We've done some stretches for those legs already. And then let's release, take a little rotational twist once again. So wherever your legs are at, it doesn't matter. We're just twisting the upper body. Okay, great. Let's take a few shoulder rolls, up, back and down. So loosen through the neck. Inhale as you lift, exhale as you drop. We'll take a neck stretch to finish you off. So bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Take your right hand, just place it gently on top of the head and just ease it down. Feel this stretch here. Try and drop the left shoulder lower so you really stretch into the neck. Work the breath. And then slowly come back to center. Let's do the other side. So drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Take the left hand up and just ease it down. Don't pull it. Please don't pull it. Just ease it gently, bringing that right shoulder down. Making sure there's no tension left in the neck. Come back to center, placing both hands on top of the back of the head. Bring the chin to the chest. We're not only going to do a neck stretch, we're going to curve the back as well. So round the back, draw the belly to the spine, drop the shoulders forwards, round your back into a C shape. So you've completely curved the back. And then you're going to lift up, open the elbows, open the chest. Take your chest up towards the sky. So really opening the elbows, arching that lower back now, kissing the shoulder blades together, and then slowly bring it back to center and release. Beautiful work. So a nice simple daily stretch for you there, just to target the whole body in a really short period of time. Try it daily, twice a week, but just try and get a bit of movement into your body, and I promise you will thank me for it later. Have a wonderful day.